I really do. I don't think anyone should have to explain anything they do. For example, if I were to paint my fingernails green, and it just so happens that I do paint them green, well, if someone were to ask me why, I'd say, because it's pretty. I think it's pretty, I'd reply. So, Cliff, if anyone is to ask you about us, you have two alternatives. One, you could say, yes, it's true, we're living in delicious sin. Or you could simply tell them the truth. You'd say, I met this perfectly marvelous girl in this perfectly beautiful place as I lifted a glass to the start of a marvelous year. Before I knew it, she called on the phone, invite. Next moment, I was no longer alone, but sat reciting some perfectly beautiful verse in my charming American style. How I dazzled her senses was truly no less than a crime. Now I'm a highly agreeable life in my perfectly beautiful room with my nearly invisible, perfectly marvelous girl.
Sally, I'd love to have you here, but you're much too distracting.
Oh, distracting? No! Inspiring. She tells me perfectly marvelous tales of her thrillingly scandalous life, which I'll probably use for a chapter or two in my book. And since my stay in Berlin was to force creation, what luck to fall on a fabulous source of stimulation. And perfectly marvelous too is her perfect agreement to be just as still as a mouse while I'm giving my novel a whirl. Now I've this highly agreeable life in my perfectly beautiful room with my nearly invisible, perfectly marvelous girl. Oh, Cliff, please. Just for a day or two, please.
Sally, I just don't think I can afford it. Do you even have any money?
A few marks? 6.